topics, music, all that good stuff. And you know, here on Kempire Radio's TKIF, we celebrate up and coming artists. And she's not so much of an up and coming artist because she made her debut on one of America's biggest stages and most popular reality TV series, American Idol. She was one of the very first people to do it, and I'm so excited to finally have her here on Kempire Radio's TKIF. Please welcome for the very first time, Trenyce is in the building.
Yay!
Trenyce, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. But the first thing I have to say is, what? 666 Park Avenue is getting canceled.
That's the big
I wish
thing on
you
the
had
street.
seen my face. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. I'm
I
shocked.
it just came through. Shout out to our friends over at thatgrapejuice.net. They just are calling it that we'll still get a full season from 666, but based on the ratings,
Oh
they're
no.
not sure if ABC is going to bring it back. I hope if y'all want 666 Park Avenue on the air, you guys need to hit up ABC and let them know because I really do love the show. You love the show, Trinice?
I absolutely love the show. And the reason why I love the show is because I am a huge horror movie fan. And
Mmm.
so I thought it was a brilliant idea to actually make it into a series. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
whoever came up with this concept is a genius. And I
Yes.
cannot believe they're taking it off the air.
Well, it hasn't been
Maybe
confirmed.
they could write.
Yeah, they have ABC has not confirmed. Let's just put this out there. ABC has
Okay.
not confirmed. This is all alleged.
Well, that's
I have to say, originally, we brought it here on the show before, and I said I wasn't too sure about the show being on Sunday nights because I'm used to our Wisteria Lane, the mix of the dark but funny. This show's not so fun; it's
yeah.
very dark.
It is dark. It is dark. But I thought there would be a lane for it, which was,
Hmm.
why I'm sure they decided to write it. But oh man, I'm gonna miss it just simply because I'm just a huge horror movie fan, and I'm also a Vanessa Williams fan.
Oh
So wherever
yes,
she pops up, I watch.
but Trinice, first of all, Vanessa is never out of a job. She locks
No.
them down right after, so she's already
She's
working on
going
her
to be
next
hosting The
job.
Price is Right in a minute. She's going to be
Well,
hosting The Price is Right in a
what
moment.
they've been saying. Vanessa's been working on a talk show for quite some time, so maybe that would be the next thing.
Really good. And I would look forward to that as well. I mean, anybody that can last in this business as long as she has knows what to talk about.
Most
So
definitely.
that might work out for her.
So
Oh,
we'll
I hate to hear
see.
that though.
We'll see. We'll see. Any other great stuff that you like to watch on television, Miss Trini? Because you come from television.
This is true. You know what? I'm not really a big reality show fan,
Hmm. Go
but I
figure.
did watch. Right, right. But I did watch R&B Divas simply because all of those ladies are just really good friends of mine,
Oh.
and also just because we've done a show together. A lot of us that were on there had done Soul Kittens together before, so it was really nice to be able to, root them on from my living room. And what else do I watch? I love, oh gosh, what is it? Something that I watch almost, oh my gosh, Modern Family,
Oh, love that.
uh, Dexter. I'm a
Oh.
huge Dexter
I'm
fan.
still trying to get into Dexter. It's been a minute. It's so hard, like especially when you've missed so many seasons. It's hard to kind of to motivate yourself.
What?
I need to
But
Netflix
you
it.
know what? If you go back, the thing about Dexter is if you go back from the beginning,
Hmm.
there's no way you cannot get addicted to that show.
Really? Everyone says the same
Oh,
thing. I know. I have to do it. I have to do it. It's gonna have to
you
be
just
like
have
a.
to start.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Trinice. But
Yeah.
enough about television. Well, not enough about
Okay.
television. Let's talk. Let's talk about. First of all, if you guys just tuned in to TKIF Then Campus Friday here on KempireRadio.com, we're here with American Idol finalist Trinice. Trinice, you're one of the people that I remember. You know what I mean? There's certain.
Amazing.
There's been so many girls, so many guys. So
Mm.
many seasons. There's not a lot that you remember, but I remember you, and I just was recently just kind of revisiting some of your performances on American Idol, and the
Oh,
when you
God.
performed that Celine Dion song, "The Poison Power of
Oh,
Love."
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, no one can just sing Celine Dion and not really do it. You did an amazing
Mhm.
job.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so weird watching that stuff now. It's like cringe. It's it's cringe for me simply because it reminds me of, those moments when your mom would break out all your old photos, your nude photos of
Mm.
you in the bathtub in front of your friends or maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend. That's what American Idol reminds me of. It
Wow.
reminds me of the moment where, I didn't know myself and it just, I don't know. I mean, it's bittersweet memories.
Mm.
It's very odd to watch now. I feel like I'm watching a child. Oh, it's weird.
When you go back and you think about those days, so many people wonder about, because you guys were, you're part. What was the second season you were part of?
Yeah. Mhm.
So it was like the very beginning of American Idol and the big hype behind it, and there's a lot of pressure. It had the first season and it did really, really well. But then the second season is like,
Yeah.
okay, can it keep up the momentum? What was it
Right.
like behind the scenes of American Idol? The good, the bad, the ugly.
Uh, well, behind the scenes of American Idol, I mean, a lot of it we've all talked about, and some of it has come out in the news, I think. But um,
Just in case it hasn't, share.
was you I'm going to focus more on the positive though. But behind the scenes, basically, you saw 12 people that really, really wanted that title,
Mm,
constantly singing. I
mm,
mean, we woke up, we sang, we were rehearsing together, we were eating and singing at the table. I mean, it was an amazing time in my life considering that I had never been anywhere outside of Memphis, Tennessee.
mm.
And so it gave me a huge look into the lens of the entertainment business when it comes to how the business is run and, how everything is hurry up and wait and, how sometimes it's not very fair, you know,
Mm.
um, just all of it, from the hair and makeup. We would be joking every day in the hair and makeup chairs, and some days were bad days where we would get into it, but we would always find a way to make up before the show began, and we all prayed before the show, and we talked about our fears to one another because there was no one else.
Yeah.
We really couldn't contact our family members. Um, they had to stay away from us. So we were living in a bubble.
Wow.
And I mean, we couldn't even go to the mall without bodyguards, and sometimes we were just like, "Look, I just want to go for ice cream without you." But it was, all in all, looking back on it, it was probably the most adventurous time in my life because I took a chance and did something that I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And I literally stood in a line for 3 days to audition for the show, and they cut it off at 500, and I remember being number 246. So I just
Wow.
felt like everything was an absolute blessing, and learning the songs every week. And for me, I picked really hard songs.
Yes, you
Um,
did. You really did.
but I did it. The thing was, I did it because I really, really wanted to fit in the lane of those women. I
Mm.
picked Celine Dion and Whitney Houston and Brandy and just all of these, Tina Turner, all of these really, really huge, grandiose divas because I looked up to them, and those were the types of songs that I was hoping that someone would pick me up, as far as a record label and say, okay, we've heard her sing that way. We would love to have her, because she
Mm.
took a risk. So
And
yeah,
what was the
it was a great experience.
what was the big reality check though after American Idol? Because a lot of we've had Bonzel here on the show, we've had a couple other people here on the show, that have been on reality TV. What's the big reality check though once you're all the cameras are gone and now it's time for you to really push for your dream? Like what was life right after? What was life like right after that?
Um, this was good. However, the phone calls from the producers and the judges stopped immediately, and I was shocked by that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because we didn't understand that it's a television show, and we were
Mm.
basically just contestants. We didn't
Mm.
get that. So we're thinking, or at least I was thinking, that after the show, we would still have some sort of a connection with them. We could call them if we needed, advice, or we
Mm.
had a question about getting our music to labels, but it wasn't like that. And so the harsh reality was that there's a big question mark after you leave the show. What are you going to do? Who are you? You know, what is your next move? What are you trying to become? How do you extend your 15 minutes? All of those things became a huge reality in a really quick amount of time because shortly after the tour, first of all, half the people spent their money on tour. And I mean, we made a lot of money. And I couldn't believe that, you know, we were closing into, I think, the final week. And one person, I won't say their name or anything, but one person was broke. And we were like, oh, my God, you spent all your money? So for me, it was realizing the differences between assets and liabilities. It was trying to constantly work, you know, get my name out there so that people understood that just because they thought it was a popcorn reality show, for me, it was a matter of my career, you know. And unfortunately, when you're on a show like that, it does get deemed as reality TV, even though it's a game, well, sort of a game show competition, you know, but it gets deemed as a reality show, and unfortunately, you have to dig your way out of that. Yeah. You know, you have to show people, look, I'm more than just, you know, this person that Simon would put down every week, and I had to stand there and smile and, you know, put up my number for the week and all of that stuff. It's like, I'm a hard worker. I am a forward thinker. I'm a businesswoman. I've been around in the business for a while, and I'm serious about my craft. I mean, all those things, it took years for people to go, oh, okay, she is serious. You know.
What exactly did you do? Okay, you did the tour. Then after the tour, and as you were mentioning, you know, it just kind of, you know, the call stopped. So what did you do to propel yourself?
Right after that, I moved. I packed up all of my stuff, and I moved to LA on my own. And I decided to just be in the in crowd, you know, so to speak. Basically, getting to know all of the right people that could point me in the right direction. So I went and sang a Whitney Houston song at Sheryl Lee Ralph's Diva Simply Singing. That was the first thing I did. She invited me to be on the show. I was over the moon about it because, you know, I'd heard about it before, and a lot of divas had done it, and I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to get to meet other artists. So it was great. And then from there was a woman in the audience named Yolanda Starks who was doing a show based on a play based on Elin Harris' book, Not a Day Goes By. And she approached me and said, you know, I would love for you to be a part of the show. And, you know, you play this Broadway diva, and her mom is, you know, pretty much an old school diva, and they hate each other, but they love each other. And she marries this football player, and he turns out to be gay. And I was like, no, thanks. I was like, this is way too much, you know, after American Idol, this is not going to be for me. And I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not an actress. And she said, no, I really want you to be a part of this. So she convinced me to read the script. I loved it. My mother and I grew up with my mom reading Elin Harris books for years, and I was a huge fan of his, but I was really, really hard on myself when it came to playing Yancey Harrington Braxton because everyone knows that character. Yeah. And so read the script, was really petrified to learn all of those words because I'd never done that before. But once I got the hang of it, Jack A. Harry played my mom, and it turned out to be exactly what I needed to just, you know, take a detour into the lane of, like, acting. You know, I didn't know I wanted to be an actress until I got the bug. So after that happened, just theater shows came, you know, knocking, and I met more and more people, and I've just been fortunate enough that between, you know, I guess being professional and stuff and just, you know, being easy to work with and stuff like that, that people just continuously passed my name along. Oh, ask Trenyce. And then I immediately just started working on the music, and had producers come in, and didn't like the stuff I was doing, and but I was constantly working. So I never in the past 10 years had a gap of no work. So I've been
Wow.
really, really, really blessed.
That's huge in this business.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it doesn't even feel like it's been 10 years. I mean,
When you said it, I
me
was
and the
like,
choreographer.
oh.
Yeah, I know, right? Me and the choreographer now, I'm doing a show here in London, and we were
Yeah.
talking about it because he was the choreographer for American Idol, and he said, "Can you believe we've known each other for almost 11 years?" And I said, "No, I can't. This is ridiculous."
Wow. It's crazy.
So,
So you
yeah.
said you're in London
hmm
doing a new play, right?
Well, it's not necessarily, well, yeah, I guess it's not a play. It's more like a concert. It's a celebration of Michael Jackson's music, and it's called Thriller Live.
Okay.
And it's been here for about 4 years, but since his passing, people that missed their chance to see him live are always coming to the show. I mean, and we get people that dress like him and know all the words, and it is an amazing experience to be able to sing his music every single night and get that sort of audience and the reactions that we get.
I can
So
imagine.
yeah, I'm on the West End now, which is like, that's like Broadway. It's like
Hmm.
New York,
Yeah.
and I've been here for 2 years.
Wow. Wow. What's life like that, like over there? Because, I mean, you come from the States to now you're in Europe and you're doing that and following your dream. So what is life like over there? Now 2 years, you're pretty much a resident.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess I am, it is definitely different. Taking the tube every day.
Mm.
I don't have a car because I don't drive on the right-hand side, so it's it is it is a nightmare to take the bus and the tube, I have to say.
Mm.
Um, I'm not really used to public transportation, but I've gotten used to it now. The people are completely different. I think that I sort of miss the genuine hi, how are you doing that we have in America.
Hmm. They're not like that over
When
there.
people stop. I mean, they're like that, but they're not. It's like they'll say, "Are you all right?" And then they don't stop and wait for you to answer. They keep
Oh.
going. It's kind of like,
Oh.
"Oh,
Guess you didn't
I
mean
guess
it.
I'm all right then." You know. So it took me a while to get used to people saying, "Are you all right?" and then keep going. And I just go, "I'm all right," and I just stop it there.
You've learned.
Um, yeah, but it is a bit of culture shock. I mean, even though we do both speak English, it is a completely different thing. Um, some of the words that we say, they're like, "Oh, this is what it means to us," and then you go, "Oh, wow, this is different," and so you get to know each other in a completely different way. But I love it. I love Europe. I love that there are just so many different cultures here in London,
Hmm.
and you get used to a variety of nationalities and just and languages and the architecture, and it's beautiful. It really, really is beautiful. It's different. It's
Yeah.
cold,
Oh.
but it's beautiful in a different way.
If you guys just tuned in to TKIF Thank Campus Friday here on KEMPIRERadio.com, we're speaking with an American Idol finalist and singer, performer, actress, all of that, Trenyce, here for the very first time. Trenyce, we really do appreciate taking the time out, calling all the way from London. I know, what time is it there right now?
It's 2:30 a.m.
Wow. We appreciate you taking the time out, though, to do the interview. Before we let you go,
Oh no.
though, I want to talk a little bit about the other reality television shows that have, come up since American Idol. Of course,
hmm
The Voice and X Factor. Do you watch those?
I don't have time to watch those because I'm usually on stage during the time that it's on.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really watched a whole lot of reality shows like that for a while. Just basically because I'm one of those people that I don't really like to just stay congested in the past. I don't want to continue to watch Idol because that's another person's turn and that's another person's time, and
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not back there anymore. I'm trying to expand my brand and make my own album come to life. And, I have my own things I'm doing, but I definitely, definitely, definitely root on and congratulate every single season and whoever is, decided to do those shows, because it can definitely catapult your career. So all the best to everyone that does them.
Speaking of American Idol, I'm sure you've heard of the Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj beef. Whose side are you on? What team are
Yeah.
you on?
I am on team nobody because I feel like sometimes um there's certain things that shouldn't be brought to life, and I feel like neither one of those women should have been shown in that sort of light. I feel like, unfortunately, we're living in an era where no matter what you do and what you say, people are going to judge and watch and critique and retweet and, all of your mess ups, and everyone is allowed to be angry. Everyone is allowed to have a spat, and there's no reason why that spat should have been shown to the whole world, especially when their job is to keep kids, quote unquote, under control and keep them, sort of calm during a time of hype. I feel like that just kind of tainted the whole reason why they were there. Why not let them, if there was an argument, which there were plenty of them. I mean, we had arguments backstage, but I couldn't imagine if an argument that I had with someone that I actually do care about gets blown out of proportion and people are taking sides, and, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, to what they're doing. And, so I'm not team anybody, but I hope that from here on out they learn to kind of be aware of the backlash that can come from arguing on camera.
Most definitely. Are you still friends with any of the other contestants from your season, or
Oh,
maybe other seasons?
yes.
Who?
Oh,
Look,
absolutely,
who?
absolutely. Well, all of my season, we're all very much close. We don't talk as often as we used to in the beginning, of course, because everyone's pretty busy and a lot of people have kids and, all kinds of stuff. But we do keep in touch through Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and, we do call each other from time to time and be like, and we cuss each other out and be like, where you been? Why haven't you talked to me? So me, Ruben, Frenchie, Kim Locke, Charlie, even sometimes. Ricky, I haven't talked to in a little while, but we used to talk almost daily. Bonzel, RJ. I mean, because we still perform sometimes together, you even get to meet the newer cast. So it's just one big family, and it's constantly growing. So I'm always elated to meet people from, that experience, because it's, we're a family.
Well, we've had Bonzel here on the show a couple of times, and anytime we have singers that we love come on the show, we ask them to sing a little something. So you're no different.
Yeah.
so you,
Okay.
so
All
you have
right.
so you have to sing a little something for us.
Okay. Because Whitney Houston is she is probably my main idol, if I could say that. I would love to sing something of hers.
Of course.
Okay. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you, my darling, you. That's it.
Oh my God. Trenyce, wow. I'm
Thank
sitting here like,
you.
wow, she can keep going. We don't mind. You sound amazing.
Well, thank
Okay,
you very much.
we talked
Not
about
bad for 2:30.
not bad for 2:30. Not too bad. Not bad for being on the phone. If you guys just tuned in,
Oh, thank
Trenyce from American Idol season 2 just sang a Whitney Houston song, "The Voice." And let me just remind people, Whitney Houston's "The Best of Whitney Houston" is now available on
you.
iTunes. Make sure you guys support that as well. We'll be playing some more music from Whitney a little bit later on tonight's show. But Trenyce, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. And that was an amazing segue, by the way. Really good. Really good.
No, oh
But
my
I do want to
goodness.
make sure before I go that I do
Yes.
tell people that very, very soon in January, I'm putting together an Indiegogo, no, not Indiegogo, I'm sorry, Kickstarter page because I want to raise money for my own project.
Okay.
But the way that I'm doing it is that I want to make sure that my fans, just like they had a chance to vote for me on American Idol, I want them to be a huge, huge part of the process. And not only will they be given to the cause, but they will be making the record, right?
Wow.
So pick, the genre, and I'm going to constantly be in the studio recording it. And when you go to my Kickstarter page, you'll get to hear a bunch of tunes and stuff like that, like the ones you're going to play. And I want them to pick what goes on the record. So,
Okay, so they'll be
um,
very much a part of the process.
absolutely.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. And as you and then as you mentioned, more music is coming. We're gonna play a snippet of some new music from Trenyce as well here in just a few minutes. We just want to say thank you so much, Trenyce,
Oh,
so
thank
very much for
you.
being here on the show. But for those that are, because we do have a worldwide audience,
Hmm.
for those that are in London, give them more information on this concert series that you're in.
Oh, okay. Well, it's at the Lyric Theatre on Shaftesbury Avenue. That's central London. It's called Thriller Live. We are right on the West End, and we're open between Tuesday and Sunday. We're only dark on Monday, so you have plenty of days to come and visit us. 7:30 shows Tuesday through Friday, and then on Saturday and Sunday we have matinees. Saturday's matinee is at 4 o'clock. Sunday's matinee is at 3:30. And then we have an 8 o'clock evening show on Saturday and a 7:30 evening show on Sunday. So please, please, please come down. It is just an amazing celebration of MJ and his legacy.
Yes.
And you'll have an amazing time.
Most definitely. Trenyce, for the very first time here on TKI Think Kemp is Friday. Here's some new music from Trenyce. It's called In the End, All Right. Trenyce, stay on the line.
Okay.